Okay, so reducing balance loans. Reducing balance loans, quiet, Andy, is where we pay interest each month on what is owing. We're going to use a table to calculate that. First column is the month, the second column is the amount owing at the beginning of the month. The next column is the interest. We're going to use I equals PRN. Note that N for 1 month is always going to be 1/12. The new balance is now what I owed plus the interest they're charging me. The final column is what I owe after I make a repayment. They'll tell you in the question what the repayment is. When I go to the next month, the beginning value will be whatever I owed at the end of the last month. So we just copy this number in and off we go. So let's look at an example. Let's say that Connor's buying a house. Woo. Oh, writing in red. Okay, so Connor buys a house. Actually, let's say he buys a unit. The house is out of his price range today. So buys a unit for, let's say, $495,000.
No one can afford one of those.
He's buying a unit for $495,000. I don't know where he's living, but he's buying a unit for that. Okay, he is going to make repayments. Makes monthly repayments of, let's say he's paying $4,100 a month. Okay? So he's borrowed this money, he's going to pay back $4,100 every month. He is charged interest of, let's say, 6.5% per annum reducible. Okay, so let's look at what happens just for the first 2 months for Connor. Okay, so we're going to draw up our table. And we're just looking at the first 2 months. Okay. So in the first month, what is the amount that he owes at the beginning of the month? $495,000.
Sorry.
Okay, lots of money. Now the next column, I'm going to add on the interest. I have to now charge him interest. I need to work out the interest. What's the rule I use? Yeah, that's it. I equals PRN. It is right. I want to use I equals PRN to calculate the interest. Now, what is P? $495,000. What's R? For this question? 6.5%, which I'm going to write as 0.065. I know some of you put 6.5%, others you do 6.5 on 100, that's fine. What's N?
On 12, at least on 12.
N is going to be on 12 because it's 1 month. 1/12 of a year. This is per annum. Now, if the interest rate was given to me monthly, what would I put in as my N? What do you mean, where's I? Is this, we do I here? Yeah. That's what we're working out here. That's what we're working out. Now we're going to calculate that, and it's going to go in this column. So we need to work this out on our calculator. So we do 495,000 times 1/12. So we get $2,681.25. So the interest is going to be charged. So now I owe the bank more money, or Connor owes the bank more money. Okay, Connor owes the bank more money, so he's going to pay this interest, plus he still owes the $495,000. bank $497,681.25. Okay, that's a lot of money that he owes the bank now. What's my final step? At the end of the month, I do something. I make a repayment. Now the question told me the repayment, he's making quite large repayments. He wants to get rid of this loan quite quickly, so he's making a very large repayment each month. And so he's going to subtract $4,100 because he paid that back to the bank at the end of the month. So after 1 month, okay, so I've got A plus I minus the repayment is going to be $493,581.25. Alright, we're just going to do one more column because these are very tedious. One more. What's the first number that goes here?
493. Team, hand up. 193,581.25.
That is correct.
Well done, Kate. Thanks. Team Trevor.
Okay, what do I do for interest now?
You do that number times 0.065
Yeah.
times 1 over 12.
So I do this number becomes this messy number, but I still times by 0.065 times by 112.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got that yucky number. Luckily it's already in there, I don't have to actually type
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to times that by 0.065 times 112. And this time, can you see, in the second month, there's just that little bit less interest.
It's good.
And every month it's just going to be a little bit less that you're charged. So 2673 point, it's money, so we go to 2 decimal places always. And we don't go to the nearest 5 cents unless it's cash, which is clearly not cash because it's just your home loan balance. Add that on to the amount of money we already owed. And now we're back to owing the bank $496,000. 254.82. What happens then?
Minus 4,100.
Minus 4,100 is making. I don't know. Minus a very big repayment because he's working hard to get rid of this loan. 492,154.82. Okay, now if we kept going, we could eventually pay the house off. Okay, in reality, it'd be a lot quicker to just set up an Excel spreadsheet and keep going down until we work out where we owe the bank no money. Okay, so everyone follow that example of how we set it up. Okay, looking at this one, how much interest has he paid in those first 2 months? How would I work out how much interest he paid in the first 2 months?
Add both the interest.
Just add those. So if I said how much interest he paid in 2 months, I could just add those together.
About 5,000.
Okay, so a bit over $5,000. Okay. Now the question can also tell you, sometimes they like to tell you how long it took to pay off. So for example, it might tell me that Connor took 15 years to pay it off. Okay? If I'm told that, is there a way I can work out the interest he was charged without filling in 15 years worth of table?
No.
I'm going to say
Yes.
Yes, there is a way, okay? Because if I know that he pays $4,100 for 15 years, I can do 4,100 times 12 times 15. That will give me the total that he paid. And if I just compare that total to the cost of the unit, the difference was the interest he paid. So if you get a question that says calculate the total interest, they don't want the 15 years worth of table, okay? There's that nice easy way, just times it by how many times he pays it, subtract the original, gives you the total interest. Right? So the total interest is much easier than just a couple of months worth. Is there any questions about that? Do you reckon you can try one on your own? Alright, let's look at exercise 103. Give it a go.